Welcome to the Lock Zone with the Colorado Mortgage Team.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lock Zone. I'm Clinton Sistrunk, your mortgage engineer. So we've got some opportunity today that has popped up in the marketplace that I wanted to make sure you knew about and that you're not confused about. Okay, so we've had a lot of data points coming out. Everybody's trying to make a case for why rates are up and down every single day. And, today we're talking about building permits and housing starts and that kind of thing. At the end of the day, that's not what's moving the market today, but there is an opportunity. So let me show you a couple quick things and let's do some education. Rates trade on the open market like a stock in the form of mortgage-backed securities and treasuries. And so the buyers or sellers of those instruments are really what's moving around mortgage rates. And so what really creates the supply or the demand for these kinds of things is sentiment. What is sentiment? Sentiment is emotions and feelings, and not just emotions and feelings here in the US, but sentiment worldwide. Emotions, feelings around the world is what drives investors' actions to buy or sell these instruments, which in turn drives long-term rates, mortgage rates. Now, the most important data point that comes out every single month is the monthly non-farm payroll report on the first Friday of every month. That has a lasting impact, and we'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So let's jump into some charts and let's get the opportunity today uncovered so you can take advantage of it. Okay, so I think Matthew Graham over at Mortgage News Daily summed it up really well yesterday. He came out and he said the jobs report that came out in early October was a major shock, both because it was a very strong report and also because it revised the previous two reports quite a bit higher. It single-handedly changed the entire labor market outlook from one of apprehension about the labor market to now we're being worried about whether it's too strong and the Fed's plan of rate cuts is even warranted. The strong economic data is really what has been pushing up mortgage rates and causing a lot of concern out there. And we'll just look at this one chart that they share of the 10-year Treasury. And you can see rates were coming down. We had the first Fed cut September 18th. They jumped up. We kind of flatlined a little bit. And then we had that strong jobs report in October. Completely took the market off sides. We had a huge move up, and we've just been steadily climbing ever since. We also have thin trading over the next 2 weeks as we get into the Thanksgiving holiday season. And so you can have outsized moves, and there is our opportunity. Here's where we can capitalize on pullbacks. All right, so if we jump back and we look at a chart of the US 10-year Treasury again, I saw this print 4.499 at one moment, right at 4.5. Big, strong ceiling and resistance. We're kind of bumping up against it. And then today we had a nice pullback. This is a pullback I would lock. So I've been telling you, we've been in a locking bias, and we're going to continue in a locking bias for the next 30 days. We'll see how the data plays out, but that's just how my take on it. So if we're looking for a place to lock, so this is a day. This is the day I would lock in. You want to try and capture some of these pullbacks because I don't think they're going to be sustained. And I do think that the pressure is up on rates. Now, why isn't it going to be sustained? Well, because today's pullback isn't based on data. It's based on emotion. What emotion am I talking about? I'm talking about the emotion of the war with Russia and Ukraine. So what just happened? The U.S. said, hey, Ukraine, you can use U.S. missiles within Russia for the first time ever. That was a big change in the Biden administration. Russia immediately came back and changed their nuclear policy to just kind of throw some fear in the market that maybe they'll use nuclear weapons. Well, when you have an event like that, people rush to safety. The safest thing that you can put your money in around the world is U.S. treasuries, and that affects mortgage rates. So all that demand coming in to buy those treasuries push the price down. This is the opportunity I would be locking today if I was floating my interest rate. I would have a locking bias, and I would be looking for these small little pullbacks to take advantage of and to get locked in. You should be talking to your lender on a daily basis. They should be watching this for you. You should be paying attention, and you should take advantage of it. Today is a day I would take advantage. Let's lock. All right, so now that we know we're in a locking bias, let's talk about what could potentially change that. Right now, we're going to stay there because I don't know if you guys are watching earnings season at all. Maybe I'm the only geek out there that likes all this stuff, but the data points are coming in left and right. So we just had another one from Walmart. The consumer is very strong. They're spending like crazy. So we have a case of everybody is spending money. Companies are spending on the labor force. Manufacturers are spending on input costs. Consumers are spending on discretionary items. As long as we have all this spending, we have a strong, robust economy and a strong jobs market. There's really not a case to be made for the Fed to keep cutting interest rates. And that sentiment, that emotion, that trade, that's going to be the case is what is going to continue to put pressure on rates to the upside. We're going to watch that 4.5 level on the 10-year very closely. If we get a breakout above 4.5, we're off to the races. We're going to go much higher. Hopefully, we can keep that as a ceiling of resistance. We can stay below it. I'd like to find a trading range that comes down lower, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. Anyway, I'm Clinton with the Lock Zone. If you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, you absolutely should. If you haven't signed up to be a part of the Lock Zone, you need to do that because I don't always shoot videos. A lot of times I'm going to send out emails, and if it's extremely urgent, we'll send you a text so that you know exactly how to take advantage of this marketplace. All right, hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. We'll talk to you soon.